clothes. You know what it is. I look crazy right now, but we about to get down. I don't know what is wrong. I do know what is wrong. My house is built on a slant, and I am literally rolling away as I'm trying to record. So, everybody's brand new to this channel, including myself, as I am a huge fan of conspiracy theory and anything supernatural or spiritual. I thought it would be productive and constructive to start a channel and find other people that finds the same kinds of things interesting, so that we can really kind of start conversations and get the ball rolling with what these things mean to the world. Excited to get started with you guys. I can't wait to jumpstart some conversations, to get some other people on here, and to really talk about the things that we don't know about. To start off, I want to talk about Project MK Ultra, and I'm sure that's something that you've heard about if you're into conspiracy theory. If not, I'm going to give you a brief outline of what it was. Ultra was a CIA-initiated project that began in 1953, initiated due to American government officials perceiving their opponents as using psychedelic drugs for warfare. And the purpose of the psychedelic drugs was assumed to be for use of mind control. So, things got a little bit scary when the project started and participants were considered. So, everything was done in a Montreal hospital, and participants were mainly active psychiatric patients. Just to be clear, the project did include experiments on human subjects. Human subjects were unwitting, and the purpose of the experiment was to kind of gear the effects on the mind of these psychedelic drugs on unwitting subjects. What were some of the psychedelic drugs that were considered in this project? Well, they weren't all psychedelic drugs, but some of the things that were used included large amounts of drug-induced sleep, electroshock, and gigantic dosages of LSD. But that's where things get really confusing, because the entire project was declassified. Some surviving information was found in 2001, but that information was also declassified. It's pretty difficult to find any information on MK Ultra, but there are some surviving documents that an interested reader can find online and read. Most of the empirical work, however, is long gone. So, that's where you start asking questions. Why was it declassified? What information was found? What accounts of that information do we even have? Like, there has to be people that read the surviving information and wanted to share that, and you can't take that information from anybody once they've learned it. So, like, what do we have here? So, some of the surviving information included an unidentified doctor, big surprise, who led multiple dogs to run by mind control. So, maybe all of this didn't start with people, but it eventually did lead to human subjects and active research on them. And I can't really say that I would be persuaded to believe that LSD, or any psychedelic drug for that matter, would work the same way on an animal mind and a human mind, considering the differences in cognition. Besides MK Ultra, things get pretty messy when you start considering other government projects that are kind of similar to this one. And one of those projects includes the Montauk Project. The Montauk Project gets extremely disturbing, kind of blows MK Ultra out of the water when you consider a lot of things. The Montauk Project was another government-initiated project that was conducted out of the Montauk Air Force Station in Montauk, New York, as well as Camp Hero, which I believe was also in Montauk, New York. Not 100% positive, but I believe so. And I believe that is the reason why it has the name that it does. So, rumors started around the 1980s that the Montauk Project was being performed, and a lot of people connect it to Netflix's show, Stranger Things, for obvious reasons, which I will get into. And honestly, by the end of this video, I am sure that most people will agree. Stranger Things is absolutely, without a doubt, derived from the Montauk Project. The Montauk Project gets really disturbing when you consider the participants. While MK Ultra involved psychiatric patients, which was inarguably unethical, the Montauk Project actually studied children. And it gets really, really scary. So, there was actually a documentary done in 2014 called The Montauk Chronicles, and this documentary rips at my heart, and I don't understand how these things could have been done. I mean, I know that the world is a place that it once wasn't, but we're talking kidnapping, murdering, time travel, mind control, extraterrestrial contact, and all other kinds of things that were happening to these children over the course of 10 years at this camp. The project was the project which involved one participant who was able to hold a piece of hair or a DNA product of another individual and see what they are seeing, feel what they are feeling, and overall engage in that person's sensory experience from his given location. Other things that referred to the use of teleportation throughout this experiment. So a lot of stuff was done on these kids, and it's not talked about, and it's not fair. I don't know what happened to them, because there is absolutely no way in my mind that I am accepting that some over 100,000 people were involved in this project and not one of them is talking about it. Most of them were more than likely alive if this was happening in the 1980s, so why are we not talking about what happened during this project? Participant in a project where they were studying mind control and teleportation and whatever else. Tell me, if you were involved in something like that, don't you think you'd be talking about it, writing about it, asking about it, even a little bit? Because you would have been brainwashed. It gets even more concerning, though, when you consider what population of children they actually studied in the Montauk Project. Because it wasn't rich and even poor involved family members that were signing their children away to engage in this type of research. No. They were doing this research on orphans and runaway children who more than likely had no willing say in the project. And if they did, it really didn't mean anything because they were minors and they were not cognitively capable of making a conscious decision like that and being able to truly consider the lifelong effects. Wait, there's more. Intertwined with the Montauk Project is the Philadelphia experiment, which doesn't involve children or psychiatric patients, although the children who were supposedly involved in the Montauk Project were somehow involved in the Philadelphia experiment. Yeah. Philadelphia experiment was, according to theory and folklore, the U.S. military's way of trying to bypass Nazi radar during World War II. And the way that they did this was through the use of electromagnetic fields. It gets better. So in 1943, the U.S. military decides that they're going to come up with a way to block the Nazi radar from recognizing one of our naval ships. Our naval ships called the Eldridge. And the Eldridge was stationed at a naval shipyard in Philadelphia. And the way that the military was going to do this was through use of electromagnetic fields. So that was unbelievable at first, until the boat was transferred to Norfolk, Virginia, about 200 miles away in a matter of a few minutes. And not only that, but the boat was transported there through a hole in space and time. And beyond that, when it did return to Philadelphia several minutes after, some of the crew members had apparently been fused to the bulkheads of the ship. And they say that those that weren't fused were driven to complete psychoticism from the experience that they reported to have had in this hyperspace. So then, in 1984, directors filmed a movie that told the story of the Philadelphia experiment. And that movie produced some crazy responses. A 57-year-old man, his name was Al Bielek, watched the movie and immediately responded, stating that he had this immense sense of deja vu. Not only that, but the movie unlocked a large set of unconscious memories, which revealed that he was extensively involved in not only the Philadelphia experiment, but also the Montauk Project. So, Al Bielek's memories showed us that these two projects were intertwined. And it also suggested that his memories, amongst others, were wiped. Government techniques from MK Ultra were used to wipe memories from the Montauk Project and from the Philadelphia experiment. For more information on MK Ultra, the Montauk Project, or the Philadelphia experiment, please feel free to comment below, like, and subscribe, and I will do my absolute best to get back to you as soon as possible. God, I'm rolling away. Comment on what topic you want me to talk about next week. I would love to talk about something that interests you guys. I really enjoy to get somebody out here with me to talk about some of these supernatural things. So if there's anybody out there that enjoys these things as much as I do or more, please by all means reach out. You can leave your comment below or send me a message and we will get together and figure out a way to come up with a video together. Guys, I hope that everybody thoroughly enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions or you would like more information, please feel free to leave a comment below. Please hit the subscribe button to see more of these videos, and we will see you again next week.